Start
more
with this
NBA
one.
archetypes that you just aren't going to see anymore in the NBA. Starting with the six-man superstar. The six-man superstar is, for the most part, a shooting guard that comes off the bench and gives you buckets at will. Like, I'm talking, if these guys were the starters on their own teams, they can probably average a solid 27, 28, like 2013 J.R. Smith. If you didn't watch part 1 of this video, first off, what the hell are you doing?
BS other than my
But
video,
second
of
off,
course.
we're going to go through 5 examples for each archetype that fit it perfectly. And we'll also talk about why it's an extinct archetype. But for number 5, J.R. Smith. The definition of give me the ball and get out of the way. Drafted 18th overall out of high school, and from day one, the dude could score.
Nah, JR was
the
a
peak
bucket,
of his
bro.
archetype, 2013 with the Knicks, started 0 games and averaged 18.1 points per game.
Damn.
33 minutes per game off the bench.
18
Led the
off the
entire
bench.
NBA in bench scoring. Won 6th man of the year.
That's
that season
alright.
had
I'm
3
not mad at that.
consecutive
18 off the
30-point
bench.
games off the bench. The first time somebody did that in over
Smith
23 years.
Facts.
It's all-star production coming off the bench. But the reason this archetype doesn't exist anymore, well, think about it. Who are some of the best young six-man guards in recent time? 22-year-old Tyler Hero won a couple of years ago. Emmanuel Quickly was the runner-up after that. Then, both these guys got a bag. Since that season Hero won, 206 games played, 199 starts. Quickly, when he went to the Raptors, 133 games played, 133 starts.
Oh, so
yeah,
once you start
these guys
hooping,
get the bag, and then they gotta start.
You gotta start.
Just not
you
how
gotta
it used
start
to be.
once you get
Remember,
money.
Lou
Like,
Williams,
they're not
this
gonna
guy got
put
a whole Drake song. The all-time leader in bench scoring, 13,000 points off the bench, won 6th man of the year 3 times. In 2018 with the Clippers, the guy averaged 22.6 points per game.
off the bench is crazy. 22
And
off the
he holds
bench
the
is
NBA
insane.
record for most 30-point games off the bench. So yeah, Lou Will, 6th man. Sucks I gotta work the night shift. Alright, that wasn't funny. But number 3, Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford, I'm gonna say it off the bat, he's the most six man ever. But the reason he's number 3, well, there's 2 better players than him. But Jamal Crawford, don't get it twisted, he's the most 6th man ever, if that makes sense. The dude played 20 seasons in the NBA.
Bucket.
He won 6th man of the year 3 times.
Bro stole
Tie with Lou
what's
Williams.
the word? It depends on your team, really. Right, because I'm not even doing this shit with you, bro. Nigga. I'm not even doing that with you, bro. I'm trying to think, but are there any players like, I mean, you got a Cam Thomas, but niggas be hating that
most
nigga.
ever.
Niggas hate Cam Thomas.
The craziest part about Jamal Crawford, he went 8th overall in the draft. You go 8th overall in the draft, you're supposed to be a starter. Well, who cares? Just become the all-time greatest 6th man. 2014 with the Clippers, 18.6 points per game off the bench. But the moment that defines this archetype forever, 2019, Jamal Crawford's 39 years old. 39 comes off the bench.
Is Cam Thomas not a bucket? What are we talking about? I'm saying someone that's a pure Cam Whitmore, Cam Thomas. These niggas are pure buckets, but I don't know, bro. The league just don't like that archetype no more.
Drops 51 points. The highest scoring game ever by a reserve. And the oldest player ever to score 50. The guy could have been playing bingo at an assisted living facility, but he was dropping 50 for the Suns. Shout out to Jamal Crawford. But number 2, actually breaking our shooting guard rule, Kevin McHale. It's so weird that Kevin McHale came off the bench because he was the 2nd best player on one of the best teams ever. Him and Larry Bird, 2 guys who played very similar to Mac McClung, Kyle Korver, and Walker Kessler, in my opinion at least. But McHale's actually insane for this archetype because the dude went 3rd overall, then he won 6th man of the year, back to back actually, 84 and 85. Then, once he became a starter, he averaged 26 points per game, 10 rebounds, shot 60% from the field,
and
finished 4th in MVP voting. The guy made an all-star team as the 6th man. He would easily be the best 6th man ever if Manu Ginobili didn't exist. The greatest 6th man of all time. No real debate
Facts.
there. The dude went
Don't worry,
57th
Curry
overall in the
making
draft, second
50
to
this
last
year.
pick, and he ended up in
Curry
the Hall
making
of Fame.
50. Curry making 50
Right in
what?
between future.
Curry making 50 what? I heard Curry on the move. I heard Curry on the move, nigga. Oh, he's making 50 points?
Legends
Oh.
Tim Young and Eddie Lucas. These two guys played a career total of 25 games, by the way. All coming from Timmy too. Ed contributing nothing. But Manu in 2008, he averaged 19.5 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 46% from the field. He won 6th Man of the Year and made the All-NBA third team. The same season he won 6th Man of the Year, he made an All-NBA team. Nobody's ever done that. And Pop just kept running him off the bench. 2/3 of his career games were off the bench. He's a Hall of Famer, a 4-time champ. Manu
All
just
coming
came
off
off the
the
bench
bench.
and cooked.
Right,
And
that's insane.
He's pretty much the founding father of the Euro step. So next time you see a guy Euro stepping, think Manu. But next archetype.
That is true.
And for
That's
this
true
one,
too.
we got the loyal franchise guy. Like Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller, 18 seasons, 1,389 games, every single one in a Pacers uniform. He was drafted 11th overall in 1987 and just never left. Through Chuck Person, through
He was
Detlef
drafted
Schrempf,
what?
87 and one in a Pacers uniform. He was drafted 11th overall in
Oh,
1987
11. Okay.
and just never left.
Wardell.
Through Chuck Person,
Yeah, he's not
through
leaving
Detlef
either.
Schrempf, Rick Smits, Jermaine O'Neal, every single era of Pacers basketball, Reggie was just there. Actually, he wasn't just there. 18.2 points per game for his career, 25,000 career points, 5 All-Star teams, a Hall of Famer. And when it came to the playoffs, he actually turned it up too. 20.6 points per game in the playoffs, higher than his regular season average. And he led them to the 2000 finals as the guy. But the reason this archetype is extinct, just for a quick second, pretend Steph Curry doesn't exist right now. Guys just don't stay anymore. You get good enough, you want a super team, you want a bigger market. Reggie had all the reasons to leave Indiana, but he kind of just...
Facts, because I'm not even gonna lie. I would not think Giannis would have left. Who else did I would not think would leave? Well, obviously Luka. I wouldn't think Luka would have left. But I think it's just as much on the teams as it is on the players as well. Because I think the players be leaving. The players be leaving, but the teams ship your ass out too. So I feel like once the niggas realize the teams don't give a fuck, then nigga, you can't give a fuck either. LeBron is overly loyal to these bum at the front, at your front office. LeBron, Harden, KD. Luka didn't leave. No, he didn't leave. But I'm just saying, like, not being on the same team though, like not still being on the Mavs.
Dave, he is the Pacers. But after him, John Stockton. Stockton, 19 seasons with the Jazz. In those 19 years, he missed 22 games. He played all 82 games, 17 different seasons. 15,806 career assists, the most in NBA history by a lot.
Is John Stockton still alive?
Also. And then on top of that, he has 3,265 career steals, the most in NBA history, also by a lot, and also still stands today. And the crazy part, he went 16th in the 1984 draft, and then just became the greatest passing point guard ever. So shout out to
But why is that respected? But when LeBron does it, it's not respected. Same shit with Curry. It's just too late. Yeah. Curry should have knew he was ready to leave, but at the end of this season, gang. But I guess they was probably like, no, Steph, like, we're gonna build a team, like, trust, and then they just didn't build a team. Them niggas, like, y'all niggas literally made no moves, gang. No moves at all. Not even one. Didn't even try to undraft a free agent. Like, something, my nigga. God damn.
But someone who fits this even more, Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk played 21 seasons, over 15,000 games, all in Dallas. He holds the NBA record for most seasons with one franchise. He was the 2007 MVP, made 14 All-Star teams, a Hall of Famer. he could have gone anywhere and just never did. And he's the first guy we talked about so far that won a ring with that franchise. 31,560 career points. He's the Mavs all-time franchise leader in points, rebounds, games,
That's
seasons.
literally is supposed to be
basically
Luka. LeBron
everything.
left Cavs because of
I know
help.
a guy who could have passed it though.
Didn't have help everywhere
Yes,
else.
I'm talking about Frank Ntilikina if they never let him go.
Only time he had no.
But let's
help
end
other
this
than his
archetype
first
with
run
two
with Cavs.
top 10 players of all
No,
time.
that's the only time I'm talking about. That's the only time I'm talking about. Just that first Cavs stint. 2018, he started off with a decent team, and then but that team wasn't. That team just wasn't doing it. So then he that's when and then he had no help. But that team was more cohesive than the first team. So I don't know
And
how
in
them
second,
niggas. I really don't know how Brown got them niggas to the finals. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. They had no reason to be in the finals. I'm not even gonna lie to you, gang. But
Duncan, the first overall pick in 1997. And he never played a game
if
for anyone else.
if number
besides
one
the
is Kobe,
Spurs.
bro, I'm gonna be
19
mad as
seasons,
hell.
1,392
Kobe requested a trade. Rest in
games,
peace. But
all in San Antonio.
he requested a
And what
trade. Nigga.
separates
He did
Timmy
not
from
want to play there.
everyone
No
else
more.
on this list, he didn't just stay loyal. He built a dynasty doing it. 5 rings, 2 MVPs, 15 All-Star teams. Like I said, 1,392 games played. The Spurs won 1,001 of them. They were never bad. Of course,
The
a Hall of
Celtics were
Famer,
young.
Timmy D. But then we got Kobe, of course. Kobe's actually a little different than everyone else on this list because Kobe almost left. In 2007, he demanded a trade. He said he wanted out of LA
Right.
and then just stayed. And then won 2 more championships. But Kobe, 20 seasons, 1,346 games, all in the Lakers uniform. And the numbers he put up doing
Kobe
it,
got 5.
25 points per game for his career, 33,643 career
Wait, how many
points,
seasons?
81 points in a game, the 3rd most ever. Shout out Bam Adebayo. Quick side note, Bam Adebayo averages a career 83 points per game if you don't count any of the games besides his 83-point game. 83 points per game. But Kobe, 5 rings as a Laker, him and Shaq. Then Shaq leaves and Kobe just rebuilt it. 2 numbers retired for the Lakers, 8 and 24. I had to put him first here. But after that, we got the low usage point guard. This is the point guard who didn't do much but started on great teams, like Patrick Beverly. Pat Bev's career averages are 8.3 points, 3.4 assists as a starting point guard, 3.4 assists. But he started hundreds of games on multiple playoff teams too. The Rockets with James Harden, the Clippers with Kawhi, the Wolves with Anthony Edwards, this team. But Pat Bev just showed up and played defense and then stayed out of the way on offense. Pat Bev would end up every game with like this stat line. But he made 3 all-defensive teams doing it. But the reason this one doesn't exist anymore, point guards are the guys now. The last 10 starting point guards of championship teams, SGA, Drew Holiday, Jamal Murray, Steph Curry, Drew Holiday again, KCP, but like really LeBron, then Kyle Lowry, Steph, and Kyrie. So point guards are the guys now on great teams. And another point guard who always started on good teams, Raymond Felton. Although Felton was a little bit better offensively, always the starting point guard next to Carmelo Anthony and those Knicks teams. For his career, 11.2 points per game, 5.2 assists. But the thing about Felton, he had a season where he averaged 17 and 9, and everyone thought he was about to take off. But the next year, he went right back to the lower scoring point guard next to Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire. So he's probably the best offensive player on this list so far, but he's still here. But someone he always played against, George Hill. George Hill started for the Pacers, the Cavs, the Bucks. Every single one of these teams was a contender, and George Hill averaged 10.4 points per game, 3.1 assists for his career.
Yeah, Pat Bev don't be
doing shit. The Pacers had Paul George, the Cavs had LeBron, the Bucks had Giannis. So George just spaced the floor, played defense. I don't even know how to describe George Hill. Part of me feels George Hill is the most just perfect person to put number 3 on this list. I'm not really sure how to describe it.
What the fuck does he...
But to me, there's a clear dynamic duo on this list. And number 2, Mario Chalmers. 8.9 points per game for his career, 3.7 assists. as the starting point guard
Did
on a
Mario Chalmers play
championship team.
defense?
Actually, 2 championship teams, 2012 and 2013 Heat. And you want to know why his numbers were that low? Because his teammates were LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Mario Chalmers' job description was literally bring up the ball, give it to LeBron, stand in the corner. That's it.
No,
And
when
he
we pass
started
this bitch
for
to you, you better
back-to-back
shoot
championship
that
teams
shit,
doing
nigga.
that. His assists were 3.7 because LeBron was always handling the ball. But Chalmers got 2 rings doing it, so good for him, honestly. But
Facts.
the
Play
textbook
your
example of this archetype, easily Derek Fisher.
Hey, you
18
kind of look like
seasons,
Derek
1,200
Fisher,
games, 8.3 points, 3 assists, and 5 championships with the Lakers. His job, give the ball to Shaq, give the ball to Kobe, give the ball to Powell. And for 18 years, it worked. Although he was kind of money from 3, but 7.8 points, 2.9 assists next to Kobe.
Derek Fisher was
I
left-handed.
guess that's all
What
you
the
really
fuck?
need, though, if Kobe ain't swinging the rock. But every contender needed a Derek Fisher. A guy who's going to show up, doesn't mess up anything, except the Knicks when he's their coach. But as a player, hits a big shot every now and then, and lets the stars cook. But I do
Damn,
wanna
on
say,
3 niggas?
actually, I'll just make it quick. Subscribe, or Derek Fisher is your new franchise's head coach. Yeah. Thanks. But next archetype, the mid-range magician. This is the guy who is elite from the midi, but literally could not shoot the 3. Nowadays, you got guys who are elite at the middies, DeRozan, KD, but they can shoot the 3s. There
DeMar
was
DeRozan
guys
can
who could shoot the
three?
midi elite, but couldn't shoot a 3 to save their life, like Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley, 24.3 points per game for his career, 2 scoring
I ain't gonna
titles,
lie.
4 straight seasons, averaging around
This,
30 points.
he had to G-
you
chat
wanna know how many
GBT this
threes he
one, bro.
made
Because
for
what
his
the fuck?
entire
How you know
career?
about this nigga?
25. A small forward. Shot 17% from 3 in his career. The same dude who shot a career 54% from the field. So he's scoring 30 a night without a single 3. But this archetype extends to big men too. David West, the 17-foot assassin. That's literally his nickname, because that's all he did. Catch it at the
Long
elbow,
twos.
one dribble, turnaround jumper, every single time. And you couldn't stop it. A career 50% from the field, 26% from
50%?
3.
Damn.
He couldn't shoot 3s, but the pick and pop with CB3 from midi, unstoppable. 21 points per game in 2008. They would just like spam him so hard like it was Madden plays. But a big man who was even better at it,
None worse.
LaMarcus Aldridge. 16 seasons, 19.1 points per game for his career, 7 All-Star
You think
teams,
Jordan gonna be number
5
one?
All-NBA teams. LaMarcus Aldridge has a career 20,558 career points. He said himself 19,000 of those are from mid-range. During his
Damn.
Portland tenure, 40% of his shots came from 16 feet or further inside the arc. 49% from the field too. And then 32% from 3. So he's actually not as bad as the other guys, but he pretty much didn't really shoot them at all. But someone who really didn't shoot them, Bernard King. 22.5 points per game for his career, 51% from the field, 17% from 3. Just like Dantley. From 1981 to 85, he shot 58%.
When did the 3-point line
56,
even become
52,
a thing?
57, 53%. 5 straight seasons, over 50% from the field. And in those seasons total, the guy went 3 for 29 from 3. 10.3%. That guy couldn't shoot a 3 to save his life. But that also wasn't really the game then. I mean, I attempted more 3s and pickups the other day than Bernard King did in those seasons. But for number 1, let's get a little more modern than Bernard King, like Dwayne Wade. Wade, 29% from 3 in his career, one of the best guards ever, and couldn't shoot 3s, but it didn't matter. 22 points per game for his career, 23,000 career points, 48%
That shit
from the
is
field.
nasty.
As a guard, he had multiple seasons where he averaged 30 points per game, multiple seasons above 25 without shooting 3s. Just middies and drives. Obviously, this doesn't work today because
I
it's a
kind of miss.
three-point
I
game,
kind of miss D Wade.
but Wade,
who
elite at it a decade and a half ago.
He is wearing 30
But the
on
next
Warriors.
archetype is a fun one, and it actually involves 2 teammates, the Twin Towers. When teams would play 2 bigs together, but neither of them were floor spacers. Like even about 10 years ago, Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe. Of course, this wouldn't work today because you got to be able to shoot. Like, even Evan Mobley ruins him and Jared Allen because Evan Mobley could shoot. But Monroe and Drummond, neither of them were gunning threes.
No,
Both these guys were
Alpi and Steven Adams was good, are good playing together. None of them niggas can shoot.
actually good too, though. Monroe was dropping 16 points, 10 rebounds as the starting four, and Andre Drummond, an all-star at the 5. But together, it was a spacing disaster. Because Monroe, in multiple seasons with Detroit, attempted 0 3-pointers. And you know how Drummond is from deep. Well, back in the day at least. But you put a Drummond-Monroe frontcourt out there in 2026, and defenses literally laugh. Just sit in the paint the whole game. But we'll actually stay with the Pistons. Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace, the 2004 Pistons. These guys
They
won a
didn't have no
championship together as
relation,
Twin
though.
Towers.
Alpi
Ben
can
Wallace,
shoot.
5.7 points per game for his
No,
career.
He's
But
not.
that wasn't
no,
his job.
He
has
can make
4
a
deep
three,
boys.
but not
But
enough
Rasheed
to where he's a
Wallace,
threat,
a
nigga. You
little
saw
bit
how
better of a
you,
shooter,
nigga. You see how
but
y'all be
still
guarding
not
us.
a
Y'all
shooter.
don't guard him
14
out
points
there.
per game for his career. But in Detroit, he was still mostly an interior guy. Post ISOs, short middies at most. But their defense was insane. The best defensive team in the NBA. And it's pretty clear why. But one of the purest versions of Twin Towers ever, Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld, the Washington Bullets. The NBA didn't even have a 3-point line yet, so spacing didn't exist. You just put 2 bigs in the paint and let them eat. And they ate like Joey Chestnut.
Boy, I'm running three bigs.
21 points per game for his career.
No
12
3-point
and a
line.
half
I'm running
rebounds.
3 bigs on
And then
me.
Unseld, 14 rebounds per game for his career. Didn't score much, 10.8 points per game.
I'm running
Well, he
3
didn't need
bigs.
to,
I'm
'cause
running 3 bigs, 1 shooter, and 1 point guard. That's all you need, bruh. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Hayes was doing that. Together one season, Hayes drops 23 and 12. Unseld drops 9 and 14. Combined, 32 points, 27 rebounds per game. From 2 guys. Both living in the paint. And they won a championship doing it. But to me, there's 2 perfect examples of the Twin Towers. And Akeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, is definitely one of them. These 2 were literally called the Twin Towers. That's where the nickname came from. Hakeem, 7 feet tall. Sampson, 7'4". Both on the floor at the same time.
Damn.
Neither of them shooting threes. Sampson shot 17%
That
from
nigga
3
just
for his
late, like,
career.
dropped that
Hakeem
motherfucker
shot
in, didn't he?
20%. In 1985, Sampson averaged 22, 10, and 2 blocks per game. Came in 10th in the MVP voting. That same
First
season,
shoots like
Hakeem's rookie
28.
season,
Dre
he averaged
shoots.
21, 12, and 3 blocks
Wait.
per game.
Alperen shoots 30. Dre shoots 32. Caruso shoots like 28. Oh, all right, that's not horrible. Dre shoots like 32. Okay.
Came in
Okay,
12th
yeah, that's
in
not
MVP
horrible.
voting. In 1986, these guys went to the finals with
I definitely thought he was
negative
more
spacing,
25%
an
range.
elite
but
duo. But the only ones
30,
who
I'm
did
not
it
mad
better,
at it at all.
Tim Duncan and David Robinson, the greatest Twin Towers ever.
Facts.
Robinson, 7'1", Duncan, 6'11". Their first season playing together, both of them averaged around 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks each.
Now, leave me
These are
alone,
2 of the
bro.
greatest defensive big men ever. Actually, these are 2 of the best big men ever, period.
Facts.
And they won 2 championships together, 1999 and 2003. Duncan and Robinson, the greatest Twin Towers ever, and it'll never happen again. But the last archetype we're going to talk about, the floor spacers only. These are the guys who are literally only out there to catch and shoot, nothing else.
Bruh. And
Now,
it's so crazy. I like this one. I'm not going to lie. I think Kyle Korver is going to be on this list. Who else is going to be on this list? I don't know. But Killer Kyle Korver should definitely be on this list. But I was thinking, right? Like Duncan Robinson, we've seen in real time, this nigga had to evolve his game because they were like literally like there is no more like doing nothing but shooting the ball. Like you have to handle it because defenses are too complex. You come around that screen and that's not there. What you got it. You can't just shoot that bitch. So you got to be able to handle the ball, read the defense, know what to do in your pick and roll situation. Who shoot higher than Reed?
The ball on the
Never
floor,
mind. Oh,
not taking the ball to the hole, barely playing defense. And someone who fits this one, Anthony Morrow. 41.7% from three for his career. That's one of the highest percentages ever. And that's it. That's his whole resume. 19.4 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, 0.9 assists. For his career, 0.9 assists. He went undrafted. He made the Warriors roster. In his rookie season, he led the entire NBA in three-point percentage, 46.7% as a rookie. Then he played for like 8 different teams, and every single spot, he had the same role. Come off the bench, stand on the perimeter, wait for the stars to collapse the defense, catch,
shoot that motherfucker.
That's literally it. And the same could be said for Marco Bellinelli. Bellinelli's weird because it feels like he's a career Spur, but the guy played for 9 teams. But
For
Bellinelli,
real?
for his career, 9.7 points per game, 2.1 rebounds, 1.7 assists. The guy won a 3-point contest in 2014. And that same year, he's on the championship Spurs, averaging 11.4 points per game, 43% from 3 off the bench, because Pop just needed a guy who can space the floor for Duncan and Parker, and Bellinelli was perfect for that. But another guy who did it for the Spurs too, Matt Bonner, the Red Mamba. One of the purest floor spacers ever.
What? I thought the Red
feel like
Mamba
Bonner's
was
jump shot
Brian
is low-key
Scalabrine.
weird, but who
But
cares,
he shoots
honestly,
same
it went in.
percentage as Paolo, DeAndre,
But Bonner for
and
his
Scottie.
career, 5.8 points per game, 3 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 6'10", and 3 rebounds per game. He spent 10 seasons with the Spurs, and he might be the Spurs fan.
Yeah, that's not bad. I feel like those players that you named are kind of his archetype, his type of player. I feel like, and are also his peers. Some would say he's better than some. Some would say he's not better than some. So I'm not mad at that. Brian is the Green Mamba. You Honda Civic. Oh,
Favorite in that time period. One season, he led the entire NBA in three-point percentage.
what the fuck does it? Wait, what the fuck is a Honda Civic? Like, why is that an insult? What are you saying that to me for? What does that even mean? Are you calling me old? What the fuck is that? What is that?
35.7%. A 6'10" power forward. He won 2 championships, 2007 and 2014. But the Red Mamba, corner 3 every time. But what about Jason Capono? Capono's actually historic for this. 43.4% from 3 for his career. One of the highest percentages ever. And for one season, 2007, he shot 51.4% from 3. Led the whole NBA that year, of course. And his career averages 6.7 points per game, 1.7 rebounds, 0.8 assists. If he touched the ball, he was catching it and shooting it. That was his whole game. And honestly, he was so good at it, he won the 3-point contest twice, back to back. The 6th highest 3-point percentage in NBA history. Absolute GOAT, Jason Capono. But the absolute GOAT of this archetype, Steve Novak. Novak's career averages 4.7 points, 1.3 rebounds, 0.3 assists, but 43% from 3 for his career. In 2012 with the Knicks, he led the entire NBA in 3-point percentage, 47.2, and he finished 3rd in the whole league
His
in
name
total
sounds
threes
so
made.
familiar, but
So he
he
wasn't
looked
just
like one of them
efficient,
niggas,
he was taking a
generic
lot of them
niggas
too.
on 2K.
The next year, he recorded the lowest turnover percentage ever recorded in the NBA. And you know why his turnover percentage was so low?
It's just
because he never dribbled. He never created. He never did anything that could lead to a turnover. Just caught it and shot it. 6'10", the tallest player to never dunk in a game.
Nigga was 6'10" doing that? What the fuck? Okay, bro, that's different. I ain't know all that, bro. I ain't know all that. I ain't know that nigga was 6'10".